What's up, Duelist? I'm Ashton, and welcome to the Meta Mountain, a series where I'll be picking up a deck or two from the current format and try to climb the competitive ladder on YGOmega, improving my dueling skills along the way. Currently, we are still in the Tier 0 format. We are still in the format in which tier limit is dominating, and so what better to climb the Meta Mountain ladder with than tier limit itself. Now, the build that I've gone with for this particular start of climbing this ladder is the build that Alex Simo over on Simo's YouTube channel went ahead and created a profile on. It was a really long video, about an hour long, where he breaks down basically every single card that's in here, why it's in here, what it does, and how crazy this deck really is. So I went through that, watched that. I did a lot of test hands. I did a lot of practice matches on EDO Pro, but EDO Pro does not have a competitive ladder or matchmaking system. Tend to prefer EDO Pro for things like Testing Tuesday and for just like playing in general. But again, there's no competitive ladder, and I like to have, if I was going to play meta in the current format in a series type of way, then I wanted to have sort of a goal to strive towards. And so for this series, the goal would be trying to get as high on the YGOmega ladder as possible. So I'm going to go ahead and go through the cards real quick if you're not familiar. If you are, you can go ahead and skip forward to where the duels begin. This series will kind of just go in parts. It will go as long as the current format is, and as long as I still want to play that deck. YGOmega resets your ranked score at the start of a new ban list. So basically at the start of a new format. So we have the ability to sort of experiment here, mess around with the deck midway through our rank climbing, and maybe even switch off the deck if I really want to. Maybe I go with Sprite, maybe I go with some other rogue strategy, maybe I go with Runic. Hey, whatever works, I can play it, but I'm going to go ahead and start with tier limit and try to climb the ladder. So let's go by card. If you already know how this deck works and what these cards are doing, you can go ahead and skip straight to the duels and see how far I can get in this first episode. So starting off at the very top, we have the Bestial cards, 2 copies of Druid's Worm and 2 copies of Magnemut. Now these cards are basically really strong hand traps, especially in the mirror, but also just in general. Essentially, they just can target a light or dark in the graveyard, banish it, special summon themselves, and then they also have a secondary effect. Druid's Worm, when it's removed from the field and sent to the graveyard, can pop a card. It has to pop target a special summon monster your opponent controls and send to the graveyard. Magnemut, on the other hand, when it gets summoned, you can immediately activate its effect, and at the end phase of that turn, regardless if Magnemut is still on the field or not, you can search another, I think it's dragon type. Yeah, 1 dragon monster. So usually you just search another Magnemut, a Druid's Worm, whatever, so you can keep them going in rotation. These are really great against the tier limit cards themselves, because if you activate the tier limit cards in graveyard for like their fusion effect, you can banish them, and now they're no longer in graveyard, and they can no longer do their effects. Speaking of, we have the tier limit cards: 3 copy of Sheeran, 3 copy of Rhinoheart, 3 Havnus, and 3 Merle. All of them, sans Rhinoheart, have a fusion effect, where they will shuffle themselves and another tier limit card into the deck in order to fusion summon out one of your fusion monsters. Sheeran is unique because she can special summon herself from the hand, and if you do, you can go ahead and send a monster from your hand to the graveyard and then send the top 3 cards of your deck to the graveyard. What you're trying to do here is sending another tier limit to the graveyard, or maybe even one of the Shizu cards to the graveyard, loading up that graveyard, trying to get the effects to pop off, because to fusion summon with the tier limit cards, they must be sent to the graveyard. And so Sheeran can go ahead and bring yourself out as a level 4. Go ahead and guarantee, if you have another tier limit in your hand, to go ahead and send it to the graveyard, and then you can start doing fusions, and then you can send the top 3 cards of your deck to the graveyard, potentially hit another tier name, potentially hit an Ishizu name, whatever works. Rhinoheart is at 3 here. This is a really good normal summon if you have nothing else. If it's normal summon, you can send a tier from your deck to the graveyard except itself, which can start your plays off and get you fusion summoning. And if it is sent to the graveyard by card effect, it can special summon itself, banish itself whenever it leaves the field, and if you do, send a tier card from your hand to the graveyard. So this is also really good if you have a tier just sitting in your hand. Say you have a Merle that's just kind of rotting there, and you really want to get it to go off, you can do Rhinoheart. It's really nice if you have Sheeran and Rhinoheart both in your hand at the start. You can Sheeran first, special summon, send Rhinoheart, special summon Rhinoheart, and then just go off from there. It's pretty cool. Then we have Merly. Merly, if she's normal or special summon, you can go ahead and send the top 3 cards of your deck to the graveyard. Go ahead and do that milling. Go ahead and start trying to get plays off like that. And then once again, if she's sent to the graveyard herself, she can start fusion summoning. Havness is if your opponent activates a monster effect, you can, on the field, you can special summon this card from your hand and then mill 3. And then also she can fusion as well. So Havness is, I think Havness isn't as good as the other ones. Like, she's pretty good. They're all good. But her first effect happens a lot less often. Obviously, like, Sheeran can just special herself. Rhinoheart's first effect can proc on normal. And Merly can also proc on normal. Havness is the one that needs your opponent to do something. And, like, in the mirror, that's probably going to happen. In Sprite, that's going to happen. In Runic, that's probably going to potentially happen. So it's not super uncommon for you to actually use Havness, but there are some rogue strats that make it so that Havness doesn't actually do anything. Okay, let's talk about tier limit Scream. So Scream is pretty good. It's a continuous spell. You activate that as long as you have a tier on the field. Then anytime a monster is normal or special summon, you can go ahead and send the top 3 cards of your deck to the graveyard. This stat's good to go ahead and get some plays off, to go ahead and extend. Basically a 1-card fits all. And then also it makes it so that the rest of this turn, all monsters your opponent controls lose 500 attack, which is pretty solid, because sometimes you just really need to beat over stuff, and Scream will allow you to do stuff, will allow you to do that. And then also, if it's sent to the graveyard, you can just search a tier trap. You can grab the Crime or the Sulliek. Doesn't matter. It's pretty solid. Next, we'll go ahead and talk about Crime and Sulliek. Sulliek's really good. If you control a tier monster, you can go ahead and target an effect monster your opponent controls, negate its effect, so there's a free negate there, and then send one monster you control to the graveyard. That will activate the tier effects, and most importantly, it will activate things like Kit Kolos, which will go ahead and mill you 5, and that's really nice. If it is self-sent to the graveyard, also, like if you mill it off the top, you can just add a tier monster from deck to hand, so you can keep getting resources off it anyway. Crime is similar, but it's just an Omni Negate. One-time Omni Negate shuffles the card back to the deck whenever it's negated, and then you can send a monster from hand to the graveyard. Same thing also, if it is sent from anywhere to the graveyard, then it will go ahead and target a banished tier monster, add it to your hand. So a lot of times what you'll see is you'll end up getting like one of your boss monsters, maybe a Rukalos or a Galateheart, banished. Crime will allow you to try to get that resource back. Next, we have Primeval Planet Perlorino. So this card is kind of insane. When it's activated, you just get to add a tier to the hand, which is already nice. Buffs all the tiers by 500, so like all these tiers will become huge. Like even Rhinoheart becomes 2,000, which is already solid, and then they just become huge. Like Galateheart and Rukalos become like 35. It's insane. And then the other thing that makes Perlorino super good is if a tier limit monster you control or in your graveyard is shuffled into the deck or extra deck, which happens all the time because that's what the deck does, you can go ahead and just target a card on the field, pop it. So you can pop literally anything. This thing is great. This works on both your and your opponent's turn, and since tier does like to play on the opponent's turn sometimes, it is pretty solid. It can do like 2 pops on your turn, their turn, and it is just insane. This field spell is incredible. That does it for the tier limit cards now. Let's talk about the Ishizu cards that came out with Magnificent Mavens. So we play 3 Kelbeck and 1 Agido. So essentially, Agido will allow you to mill 5, but it's a lot more situational. And then Kelbeck is kind of insane. So if a card is sent from the hand or deck to your opponent's graveyard, you can target a special summon monster your opponent controls, special summon this card, return that monster to the hand, so you go ahead and bounce it like a Compulse. And then if Kelbeck is sent from the hand or deck to the graveyard off of one of your mills, you can go ahead and make both players send the top 5 cards from deck to graveyard. Now, there's 2 things to know about this. Number 1, really great if you're the only person playing tier. In the mirror, because you're milling 5 and you're activating effects, if your opponent's playing anything that's not tier, there's a good chance that that's actually going to hurt them a lot. But number 2 is that if you are playing the mirror match, then Kelbeck can be very risky, because now you are going to allow your opponent to activate their tier effects, maybe get their own Ishizu cards into the graveyard, and it can get really complicated from there. So it's a big gamble. If you fire this card off and you know you're in the mirror, you're taking a huge risk, and that's a risk that you're going to have to evaluate. A lot of times you're not going to want to fire off Kelbeck, but I've seen it happen. We'll see if that ever comes up for us. Next, we have 3 Mudora and 3 Keldo. These are insane because they can discard 1 Earth Fairy monster, special summon this card from the hand. Then they can place like Gravekeeper's Track from deck and stuff. I'm not playing those, so that's irrelevant. But the other important part is after these things are special summoned, if they're in the graveyard or on the field, they can banish themselves and then shuffle 3 cards from any graveyard back into the deck. So what this does is 2 things. Number 1, it allows you to recur your resources. So let's say you have Kit Colossus in the graveyard and you really need to come back, or you're running low on your tier limit monsters. Go ahead and shuffle them back. Now you have a chance to mill them again. But probably more importantly, number 2 is that they stop your opponent from activating graveyard effects. Because if you just shuffle back whatever card is activating in the graveyard, then now it's irrelevant and now you don't have to worry about it, right? And this works in the mirror match as well. So you need to really be paying attention to how many of the Shizu cards do you have in your graveyard, and then how many does your opponent have if you're playing the mirror, and try to do the math on that, try to bait them out, try to see what you can do with that. Lastly, let's go ahead and talk about the quick staples. We have 1 Terraforming to try to get to Perlerinos quicker because it is an incredible card. 1 Instant Fusion, this card should probably be banned because this is just a free Kit Colossus. And then 3 Triple Tactics Talent, especially in the mirror and certain other matchups. Triple Tac is pretty incredible. If your opponent activates a monster effect during your main phase, so if you say use Kelbeck, discard 5 from the top of your deck, and then your opponent hits like a tier name, after everything resolves, you can go ahead and triple tack, either take control of a monster your opponent controls, draw 2 cards, or look at their hand, choose a card from it to shuffle into the deck. So it's pretty incredible. This does come up a decent amount, but in matchups that don't utilize this, like in those rogue strategies, I usually side these out for one of like an Imperms or Dark Ruin or more, depending. With all that said, let's go ahead and go through the extra deck really quickly. I'll just hit on the big names here and then skip over sort of the staples that have been around a long time. So we have Tearlament Kaleido Heart as a huge big monster. It requires the most materials. It needs Rhino Heart specifically, and then 2 other Aqua monsters, which, to be fair, every Tearlament except that for Rhino Heart are Aqua, so it does work that way. Kit Colossus also does work. If it's special summoned or an Aqua monster is sent to your graveyard by card effect while it's on the field, you can target a card your opponent controls, shuffle it into the deck, so it's really good removal. And then if it's sent to the graveyard by card effect, it can just special summon itself out for free, which is pretty incredible. Rucolos is insane as well. It's a lot easier to make because all you need is a Kit Colossus and then any other tier name. Other Aqua monsters you control cannot be destroyed by battle. And then more importantly, when your opponent activates a card or effect that includes an effect that special summons a monster, you can negate the activation if you do, destroy it. Then send 1 Tearlament card from your hand or face-up field to the graveyard. And then if it is destroyed or sent to the graveyard by card effect, you can special summon it back as well. So both these cards have insane effects and also bring themselves back from the graveyard for free at least once. So you basically have to pop these things twice for them to go away. We have Dracostapelia here. It can negate a monster for free with quick effect. Pretty good. It can also modulate levels to force things on to level 1. This is pretty good against Sprite, right? Because they use level 2s and rank 2s a lot. So this can actually interrupt them a little bit that way. Garura is a card that only we in the TCG have. It does come up, and it is a card that you make quite often because it essentially does a bunch of small things that just give you a little bit of an edge. Any battle damage your opponent takes from battles involving this card is doubled. That can be super relevant, but it's not ultra relevant. More importantly, if it's sent to the graveyard, you can draw a card. So it's a body that you can get on the field really quickly. It's a fusion that you can go ahead and get out. And then if you want to make something like Dracostapelia, who needs a fusion monster, you could just use Garura and then go ahead and draw a card plus getting your Dracostapelia, which is crazy. 2 Kit Colossus This one you will make basically every turn, whether it's your turn or your opponent's turn. If it's special summon, you take a tier from your deck and either add it to your hand or send it to the graveyard. You can target a monster you control, special summon a tier monster from your hand or graveyard, and if you do, send the targeted monster to the graveyard. You can even send herself. And then if she's sent to the graveyard by card effect, including her own, you can send the top 5 cards of your deck to the graveyard. So quite often you can go ahead and mill 3 off of one of these other tiers, and then mill 5 off of Kit Kalos, and now you're milling 8 and have a much higher chance of hitting one of these names that you need. Mud Dragon's here for protection. It's pretty alright, it's pretty okay. A lot of times I find that opponents have a way to out this if they can, but it does come up. It is something that your opponent has to get rid of. We have Beatrice, who can be kind of crazy because her quick effect, you can detach material, send a card from deck to the graveyard, turn on your tier limit cards. Time Thief Redoer is really nice. It's a rank 4. That's easy to go into. It also detaches for effect, not cost, so it will actually activate the tier cards as well. Baguska, sometimes you just need to stall, so you just throw out a Baguska. Abyss Dweller is excellent. If you can put Abyss Dweller onto the field turn 1 and get its effect off, you're basically like turning off the tier limits or any graveyard strategy for a whole turn from your opponent, and sometimes that can just be fatal. We have a Borlo Dragon to try to close out games. I've only ever made this in testing like once, and it was just okay, but it's here in case you need it. Dark is crazy because it can special summon a dark monster from your opponent's graveyard onto your side of the field, and then you can start doing link plays, start doing your own tier plays, whatever. Sprite Elf can grab things like Merly from the graveyard, and then Sprite Sprin can also grab Merly as well. In the side deck, I just have a bunch of different cards that are good going first or second, depending on what I need. So 1 Herald of Orange Light, 3 Dark Ruler No More if I'm going second, Harpy's Feather Duster for back row decks, 3 Cosmic Cyclone for the same reason. Call by the Grave is also great if I just really need to hit some graveyard effects. 3 Droplet, and then 3 Imperm to round it out, especially for those rogue strategies. So that was a lot. Tier has a lot going for it. Tier is a pretty complex strategy that has a lot of different lines that it can go into depending on what you mill and depending on the game itself and what the current game state is. There's no clear one correct way to play Tier. You just kind of have to get your hand and like go for it, right? Like you always know that you want to try to get the Kit Kalos first for the most part and then move on from there. But sometimes you're making Kit Kalos and then you're making Mud Dragon, or sometimes you're making Garura, sometimes you're making Dracos Tapelia, sometimes you want to in on a Baguska or an Abyss Dweller. Like there's so many different things that you can do that makes this deck really interesting, fun, but also makes it quite a lot, right? There's a lot to do with this deck. So bear with me as I try to pilot this deck. I've only played it for a few days now. I understand how it works, but I am by no means a high-level competitive player. I am by no means an expert at tier limit. So when you see misplays, that's what is going to happen. I'm going to learn from them, and we're going to try to get better as a duelist as we climb this meta mountain. So with all that being said, here's some of the games. So like I said at the beginning of the video, YGOmega does have a ladder that you can climb, as you can see in the competitive rank ladder. I am bronze tier, level, rank, point value, whatever, 1018, right? So I'm basically right there at the bottom. I'm not exactly sure how high it goes. I'll probably look into that a little bit later. But again, this will not reset until the next ban list. So we're going to try to see how high we can get this number and if we can change this bronze into something a little bit better. All right, first game of Meta Mountain, and we can go ahead and pick to go first. You'll love to see it. All right, so this hand is pretty good. I wouldn't complain about it. We're going to go ahead and start with Scream. We're going to go ahead and Perlorino, add the tier limit to the hand, and we will go ahead and grab a Sheeran because we already have a Rhinoheart. So I would like to go ahead and Sheeran first, special herself out, and then send Rhinoheart to grave. Went ahead and milled 3. So we milled Triple Tech, Instant Fusion, and Perlorino. That wasn't any good hit, so I'm going to go ahead and trigger Scream, which is going to hit 3 different names. Okay. So we hit Havness, we hit Kelbeck, and another Kelbeck. What we're going to do is chain link 1 Kelbeck and then chain link 2 Havness, because we want to make sure that we chain block the Kelbeck. So you cannot chain anything to Kelbeck if I go ahead and do this. We're going to make Kit Kalos using Havness and the Sheeran. Doesn't really matter what I click to put at the bottom in what order, because the deck's going to get shuffled at some point anyway. Go make Kit Kalos. We went ahead and milled 5 again. Okay, oh my god. Let's see what the opponent's up to. Scareclaw. Okay, gotcha. Alright, so we hit Merly and Agito. I could mill another 5. I have not hit Sheeran yet. I think I will do that. It seems kind of insane. Okay, so we want to Agito 1. Hit Kalos to take 1 tier from deck and either add it to my hand or send it to the graveyard. And then Merly as my last chain. I think I'll go... Do I want Dracos Tapelia or... I think I'll go Rukalos. Okay. So I think I might just grab Soliak here. Add that to my hand. And then Agito sends 5. Merly, Scream, Druid's Worm, or Mudora, and Merly. Okay. So we will activate Scream. That's going to give us a Tier Limits Trap from our deck to our hand. We'll add Crime. I was hoping to hit a Sheeran there at some point, but it didn't happen, which is okay. Because we have Soliak, and we have Crime. We have a Mudora engraved, a shuffle. We have a Keldo here, and then we have a Druid's Worm as well. So I think we're looking pretty good. I think we can pass turn. We can pop the Rukalos, and then we have Crime. Okay, you're doing Sarnir. You're going to target Havness. He has a Magnamut and a Sarnir. 2 Magnamuts and a Sarnir in grave and another Sarnir in hand. How much would I bet that you have a Druid's Worm or another Distill? Do I even care that you Sarnir here? I don't think I do. I'm going to allow it to happen. Okay, we can go ahead and do this. I'm good. Send 5, we hit, or sent 3, we hit another Mudora and 2 Magnamut. It's not amazing. That is okay. Special summon. That's fine, I suppose. Alpha. Okay. This is still fine until you activate the effect. Yeah. Now we're going to go ahead and Soliak here. To negate this. Pop that. And then bring Rukalos back. Triple attack. I think we're definitely going to Crime here. We're going to send Keldo to grave. Because now we've loaded up the graveyard again. We have 4 on field. There's Lightheart. That is fine. Do not have a response. You already have one. Okay. 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 This has to go through. Rattle. There's that. Okay. There's the Tri-Heart. It's a little unfortunate. Tri-Heart's kind of hard to deal with. I don't really have anything I can do about it. Targeting Acro. So I will go ahead and Mudora here. Shuffle the Acro. I'm going to shuffle a Reinhardt. And I'm going to shuffle a Merly. And then we can activate this because we shuffled and go ahead. This can be popped, right? Yep, we're gonna go ahead and pop that. Because that's insane. That is going to be perfectly fine. I'm okay with this. In phase, in turn. I will Magnum it here. I'll banish the Tri-Heart. And then activates effect so I can search for something. And then I'm just going to clear board here. I'm going to go ahead and banish the Light Heart as well. Could go into Dark or Beatrice. Beatrice might actually be pretty nice. Okay, I think I'm going to play it a little bit safe here. I'm just going to go to battle. I'm going to get in. And then I'm going to get in. Board is cleared. Go to main 2. I will go ahead and make Beatrice here. I will activate Beatrice, pitching the Magnamut. And I will send... I think I'll send Havness. Trigger Havness. Make Kit. Using Havness and Rhinoheart. Trigger Kit. We will go Scream 1. Kit 2. Perlerino 3. Destroy that. Then we will Kit. We will grab Sheer into hand. And then Scream. We will go ahead. Ooh, we pitched that. I don't think I'll do Kelbeck this time. I think, because I don't want to mill 5. I might want to mill 5. I'm going to mill 5. Because of each, and I kind of want them to not have cards. Oh, man. This could be a pretty crazy thing. I don't need to do Kaleido Heart right now. He doesn't have any cards. So I'm going to actually make Draco Stapelia here. And I will use... Actually, we'll use Rukalos. Draco Stapelia in defense. I'm going to normal Sheeran. And then we're going to make... Okay. Fair, fair, fair. Okay, so the hand doesn't have any interruptions. So he's going to be able to just pop off here. Our hand is also a little... Like, it can work, but it's a little crusty. There's Tri-Heart. Okay, draw for turn. Mudora. Oh, Scareclaw Sklash. We are going to have to start with Scream. Perlerino. Add Rhinoheart. Activate. Send a Guido. Mudora in defense. Trigger a Guido to mill 5. Okay. Activated trigger effect. We will go... I think we go Havness here. And then leave the Rhinoheart alone. Drew his worm. Oh, that's annoying. I'm going to be okay with it. That might be a misplay. But I'm going to be okay with it. I will normal Rhinoheart. I can't use Rhinoheart's effect, but I can attempt to. So I will Scream here, and then chain Rhinoheart, even though it won't work. Actually, it will work. Yeah, it doesn't. It's not Baguska. Okay, that's fine. Oh, that is insane. Hit Vanguard and hit a Sheeran. That's crazy. Gotta make the kit close. Use the Rhino Heart here. Gonna go to defense anyway. Then Vanguard, we will Kit Close 1. Perlerino. Pop the Tri-Heart. Yep, that is perfectly fine. That is perfectly fine. Okay. Let's go ahead and send Merly. Send it to the graveyard. And trigger Merly. Let's go Merly, Rhino Heart, hit Kalos. Trigger Kaleido Heart. I can't actually get rid of it. I think I shuffled this back. I'm gonna shuffle it back. I'm just gonna set my 2 and pass it on over. Because we can go ahead and trying to special summon Acro. So I will chain Keldo, shuffle, playing Parallel Exceed as well. Shuffle the Acro, shuffle the Sheeran, and shuffle the... I think I want to shuffle the Kelbeck. Activate Perlerino, pop the Tri-Heart. Banish it from graveyard instead. Okay. I'm going to go ahead and... Wait, can I not crime here? Oh, I don't have a hand to send to the graveyard. Oh, that's kind of unfortunate. That's fine. Dang, that really sucks. Okay. Did not have hand cards in grave. I meant in hand. Reichphobia. Yep. Had the other one. Really unfortunate there. This could get kind of messy. Yep, we'll scream. Ash? Sure. Bring 1 card. Destroy it. That's got to be fine. So what I could do here is target the Tri-Heart, and I could send Kaleido Heart. And Kaleido Heart, I think I will do that. Soliek, target Tri-Heart, send that. Let's send Merly. Merly as 1. Shuffle that in. Make Mud Dragon, I guess. It's not awful. Boop, boop. Put it in attack. Finally got rid of the Tri-Heart. Now you can make it again, I guess, which would kind of suck, but you will have to use resources. There's the Light Heart. There's Tri-Heart again. Is this target? Yeah. I'm going to chain that. Dark. What? I don't understand why that doesn't work. Opponent cannot target this card or monsters on the field with the same attribute as this card with card effects. Declare an attribute, becomes that attribute. Literally declared, target 1 special summon monster your opponent controls sent to the graveyard. I don't understand why that didn't work. Whatever, I suppose. Boom. Kaleido Heart back. And let's put... I honestly might want to draw Perlerino. So I'll do that. That's really frustrating. I don't understand why Mud Dragon didn't work there. Not exactly what I wanted to draw. But I can start going off a little bit. So we're going to do that. Let's go ahead and banish the Light Heart. trigger Magnamut. It actually doesn't let me go off at all. Could Dark here, finally. I think we do. I think we Dark. And then Imperm. Add the Imperm. That's got to be fine. I mean, I'll target it. Not going to do anything. Oh, that's unfortunate. All right, well, let's just go to battle. We can hit this at least. Main 2, good to go. We will go ahead and use Magnamut. Get Druid's Worm. New one. Astra. Okay. Well, we can do this. But once again, we'll target. And we'll send back. Magnamut's okay to draw. And then Mud Dragon. Yep. That's sheer into hand. Good. Oh man, they're not making it easy on me. Okay. Sheeran. Special. Pitch. Keldo. Okay, so we did hit 2 names. Which is crazy. So we're going to go ahead and Scream 1. Sheeran 2. Merly 3. And then we can actually go ahead and Soliek. Well, no, I don't need a Soliek yet. Merly and Sheeran on field. Special summon Rukalos. Oh man, that's insane. Kelbeck? Yes, please. I'm actually going to go ahead now and Soliek. Target that. Pop Rukalos. Let's Rukalos 1. Havness 2. And there we have it. That was a long one, I will say, but we ended up getting the win there. That was really good. Played through what I did. Had to keep shuffling back that try hard, but that was a really good one. Scareclaw is something I definitely have to watch out for, but that was a good first match. Let's see how many more we can get done. All right. Okay. We are playing the mirror here. Kelbeck 5. Hit Rhino Heart, Mudora, and Merly. Let's Rhino 1 and Merly 2. Then you can Mudora here. Then I will... Oh, that's crazy. I will Mudora as well. And I will shuffle back 1, 2, 3. So that was a whole lot of nothing. Nice. Cool deal, dude. Cool deal. All right. Let's go ahead and Perlerino here. Let's add the Reinhardt. Let's go crazy. Let's Keldo. Pitch Kelbeck. Add to my hand a Mudora. I am going to elect not to Kelbeck here. Because that seems like a poor choice. Normal Rhinoheart, activate. Fine. Send to grave Havness. Activate Havness. Hit screen. That's fine, I guess. Super Poly. Wow. Okay. Cool. Okay, well, I'm special summoning too. I could actually... Should I just go straight Kaleido Heart here? Or should I go Kit Kalos? I go Kit Kalos. Using that and the Rhino Heart. Because then I can do this. Hit 1. And then Perlorino, pop Kit. You're going to mill 5, but I get Kit off. Havness. Let's go ahead and Magnamut. Hit Havness. Sent to the graveyard. A Rhino Heart. I want to grab... I'll grab Sulliek. Yeah, Magnamut for sure. In phase, be able to grab one. And then Kit Kalos. For some of this card. And then we will Keldo here. Shuffle. Shuffle. And shuffle. Oh, rough. Hit the Sheeran, hit the Merly. Okay, I probably should have waited on Keldo then. That's probably... Because, yeah, it's not going to stop the Kit Kalos from doing its thing. Dragon. And then Dragostapelia. Okay. Fair enough, my guy. I mean, like, I just run over it, right? I don't see a reason not to just run over it. Sure. I don't really mind. I'll special this from my hand. Oh, Sheeran. Nice. Okay. All right. Sheeran. No interruptions here. Okay, so Sheeran came out. Milled 3. Sent Havness. Milled the Sheeran. So you're going to Havness here, and then you are going to Sheeran. So I'm going to hold off because you're going to get a summon anyway. Don't think I need to Druid's Worm yet. Kit Kalos. Now you get the fusion again. Off the Havness. Mud Dragon. Take a tier. Let's special that. Set 3. Ooh. That's really, really rough. Oh, that's really rough. Add Merly to hand. I'll do Rhino Heart. I'm gonna take that risk. I think I can survive without Sulliek. Potentially, hopefully. We'll see. I'm good. Summon, pitch Sulliek. Because then I can Sulliek and Rhino Heart. I can send Havness. And then add Sheeran. Havness, activate. Magnamut. I'm going to be okay with that. That is fine. Nope, you're good. Triple attack. Yep. Nice. That's insane. Go for it. That is insane. Got a pretty nice hand over there, don't you? Can't do anything about it. Merly, specialed. Gonna mill some more. I don't think Druid's Worm's gonna stop it, right? I don't think the Druid's Worm doesn't stop it. Go for it. Sheeran, Havness, Kelbeck. Sure. Wow. Okay. Well. Go for it. God. Okay. So let's resolve Prime. And then Merly Fuse. Okay. So I have to respond to at least one of these. So I'll go ahead and do that. Let's shuffle back your Mudora. And then maybe your other Mudora. I'd rather not deal with it. Yeah, and then your other Mudora. Try to get out as many of their Ishizu cards as possible. So I Keldo here. Target Mudora. Do I want to hit my own stuff? I probably want to do this. This seems okay. Okay. Lots of shuffling. Lots of shuffling. Sprite Elf. Unsuccessful. Abyss Dweller. Oh, that's so rough. That's pretty rough. And you have a Druid's Worm. Yep. We will go ahead and have this here. Graveyard effects aren't happening today. Okay, I think I know what to do here. I think I Keldo, pitch Keldo. Add Mudora. Special Druid's Worm by banishing... Let's banish your Kitkalos. Okay. Targeting Merly. Can Keldo here. I'm okay with it. Then top 3 cards. Have to be okay with it. Oh, you hit him early too. You're gonna use Kelbeck. Dude, you're insane. I need my 4 on the field. I have a normal though. So I should be good to go ahead and Keldo here. 1, 2, and then I'll send my Sheeran back. I actually might have misplayed that. Here. I have to send a monster from hand to graveyard. That was my misplay. I need to go... I would like to go into a 4. I kind of have to just do stuff now. I'm running out of time. Let's just go to battle. Let's just 16 over this. Just beat over the Abyss Dweller. Main 2. Okay, I got a little bit more time now. Dark here. Dark, activate. Give me your Magnum. Actually, whoa, that could be crazy. And then you drew his worm, which is fine. I am okay with it. Normal Mudora. Could Boral load, but that seems bad. I'm just gonna make Sprite Elf. Sprite Elf pass. Screen. What? Banish this card from your graveyard, then target one face-up spell trap card on the field and destroy it. Yeah, we're gonna go ahead and Elf. I don't know what that was about. So you're gonna get Scream, but I think, and then I'm gonna Scream here. We get Celiac. This is a lot. This is a lot. These games go quite long. Yep, and then we'll Mudora here. Boom. Yeah, I guess we'll target that. And this, in fact. Dora. don't have anything else, so I'll go ahead and use the Keldo. And once again, I will target Rhino, Boom. I will target my own Mudora, actually. Put a best for the back. When did that happen? Whatever. Magnemite. I feel like this player is like one quick step ahead of me. I don't know how much of that's like outplaying versus like I just think he or she had more resources than me at the start. Like got better mills than I did so far. We've kind of just been going back and forth. Sprint. Light a heart. 50. Jeez. Come on now. 3K. Set card. Magnemite. Gonna guaranteed get a Drew's Worm. Okay. We must Sheeran. Magnemite to graveyard. Ooh, nice. Okay. Havness 1. We'll do Merly 2. Doesn't really matter all that much. Scream, you'll send top 3. Hit a Mudora, Crime, and Rhino Heart. Like, gosh. I almost feel like I have to Kaleido Heart here. I need to do the full thing. I'll shuffle back 1 Havness. And then, good news is you're only doing that. Havness. Super Poly number 3. Third Super Poly. Are you insane? This dude's insane. Incredible. Absolutely incredible. Absolutely incredible. And then there's the Mudora. Yeah, of course. Because, like, that's incredible. Third Super Poly. Right there on the top. Third Super Poly. That's game. That's game right there. I don't see... Yeah, that's game. I can't do anything. Wow. All 3 Super Poly. You saw all 3 Super Poly. Man, that's upsetting. My graveyard hits were a lot worse. Yep. Okay, you got this one. Let's go. His hand's kind of cracked. I really like Sheeran here. Roll and lock. That's so annoying. It's fine. I'll just hold on to instant then. Sheeran, send, Havness. Oh, Jesus. I'm not doing that. No. So this can't be added to my hand. So can I send it to the graveyard at least? Let's find out. I can. Havness. There it is. Okay, so I can at least add to my hand. Let's grab Rhino Heart. Oh, that's to the graveyard. I couldn't add it to my hand because of the effect. I'm an idiot. Special that because I'm an idiot. 1, 2. All right, let's send Merly. What a freaking mills, man. Mills are ridiculously bad. Yeah, and because then I can just Perlino. Top Havness. Yeah, that seemed a lot better. Can we go further? Make Mud Dragon, but where does that get me? Actually, pretty far. Not gonna lie. Because now I can make an Abyss Dweller. And then I can simply normal summon a Keldo. Okay, so now I have special summon negate, or an effect that would special summon. I have a graveyard lock off, and then I have banish with Keldo, and I have Druid's Worm to banish as well. So, or shuffle back, and then this seems pretty good. Yep. Detach the Rhino Heart. Seems the same. Do I bother? Do I? What do you do with Havness? Yeah, I'm gonna stop that. Seemed good. 3 cards in hand. Or instant fusion yourself. Of course, if I have one, you gotta have one. Mud Dragon? Sure. Carolino? Yeah. Mm-hmm. Okay. Never gonna be easy. Never gonna be easy. Sheeran. Yeah, uh-huh. Sheeran's pretty good. Sheeran's pretty good. There's Droll and Lockbird. Muddrake, sure. Dark. Ugh. So I can't target this with effects, which, I mean, I guess is fine. Baguska. Okay. Battle phase Bagusk into the Keldo. You're more than welcome to attack the Keldo. Zeus. Oh, that's insane. Oh my god. I think that goes through. Yeah. Just clears the board. Really? Kelbeck? Of course. God, why do I gotta draw Kelbeck, man? Oh, that's so rough. Why do I gotta draw Kelbeck? I have to just pass here. Eudora? Targeting my Keldo. Targeting Instant Fusion Perlarino. I will take that bait. What I'll do is I will shuffle my own Rukalos, Instant Fusion, Rhino Heart. Still ending turn. Keldo, nice. Take it. Take it. Just give me something good to draw. That's not exactly what I was looking for. But I will activate it. Pitch. And I think I have to Kelbeck. As much as it's bad, I have no other plays. And this Zeus is going to just kill me. Hit Scream. I'm going to search a trap. Hit Merly. Going to get a fusion. So you're only getting 2 off of this. Meanwhile, I am getting Merly and Rhino Heart. Well, I'm actually just getting Merly. I can't do Rhino Heart. Okay. Because now what I can do is activate Druid's Worm on your Merly. Deal with that. Can't. Can't get over. I cannot believe. I'm actually just going to pass on a set card. Of course. Of course. Yep. Actually not enough. It's not enough. Yes. Pop Zeus. Oh my god. I'm at 100 life points. I know that's a crime, right? Druid's Worm. That's a Celiac. So he can negate and then send. I have to do this. And, like, banish the... I don't know. I guess I can banish the haveness or something. Yeah. Perfectly fine. I can't do anything about it. Send. And then Imudora. Do you have... You actually don't have any response to this. So I'll send that back. And then I desperately need, like, anything. So let me put Rhino Heart back. Let me put Pearl Arena back. Okay. Battle. Swinging in for 25. I don't have anything. Go ahead.